Do you happen to have bad credit? Do you want to have better credit? I'm talking about personal credit, but also we're going to be talking about business credit. So it's very important for you to stay with us. And in the next few minutes, we're going to be talking to you about how important is credit, how credit works, and how you have a second chance to have better credit. So my name is Roberto Saldivar, and I have a visitor here. Well, it's a permanent visitor, my partner in business, Mr. Cesar Saenz. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Cesar.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for that introduction. And yes, guys, we're here in the local area. The EBC Group is our company, and we're going to be educating on financial literacy, okay, about business and personal credit for those people that need that expansion, that growth, and actually learn how to leverage credit and make credit work for them. So that's going to be one of the main things that we're going to be educating here in the Valley.
We have about 1.4 million people here in the Valley, and let me tell you that you're not alone. If you have less than 640 points on your credit score, you're not alone. From every 10 people in the Valley, we have 7 or 8 people that need this service. They need to have better credit. So this information is very important for you. Stay with us. We're going to be talking about let me tell you about how important it is credit. Is people that want to buy a house, if you happen to restore and get your credit score to higher than 640, you're going to be able to save at least $300 a month on your home. Imagine that, saving about over $100,000 in that life loan of your mortgage payment, saving about $200 a month on your truck payment by you having better credit. So this information is very, very important. But let me tell you a little bit about the problem that usually happens in the Valley. Let's talk about a little bit of the history that when you got confronted with bad credit.
Sure. I'll kind of share a little bit of my story, guys. I can relate to a lot of people. Of course, financial information or financial literacy is not, shown in school. We go through high school. Sometimes we go through even through college, and we don't really learn about money or how money works. I've always told people that credit is the foundation of the United States. You need credit now for anything. You need it to even rent an apartment, for insurance, to get a house, to get a car, to get a loan, to everything, even to set up your light bills, your utilities, right, Robert?
Yes.
Everybody needs to have a good credit score. And why is it so important? And why is it not being taught, right? That's one of the things that I ended up learning the hard way. So when I graduated, Robert, back in 2006, I ended up getting some accounts for my mom, right? I ended up getting the DirecTV put under my name, the light bills under my name, and everything that was in the house that needed to be, switched over, they put it under my name.
Credit cards.
Credit cards too, guys. I ended up getting 3 credit cards for my mom, which were retail cards, which were Home Depot, Lowe's, and Best Buy, because she was doing some remodeling. And about a year or two went by, and then we hit with that crisis of 2008. The housing market and everything went down. And so what ended up happening, my mom lost her job, and she wasn't able to pay, these credit cards that I had gotten under my name for her. I had the money. I just didn't want to pay, right? It was about $8,000 or $9,000. I was working at, a good job. And I just said to her, I was like, well, that's your debt. I'm not going to pay it because I don't owe that money. You used it to remodel the house. But I didn't understand that it was going to affect me in the long run. And so what happened, she told me, like everybody else, oh, don't worry, don't pay them. They don't do nothing to you, right? Well, yeah, they won't come and do anything to me, but unfortunately the doors were closed, right? Fast forward a year or two, everything with bad credit. At that point, I was trying to get a house, trying to get a car, trying to do this and do that, and the doors were closed. And then they were, hey, you need a co-signer. Well, everybody in my family had bad credit. So then who was I going to be, using as a co-signer,
yes.
Which then I ended up, understanding the importance of what it was and what it meant to have good credit and to be able to leverage it, Robert. And I see this mistake happen. A lot of us, we try and help our family, which is good. But unfortunately, we take on debt, that doesn't really belong to us. And unfortunately, when those people, since they didn't take care of their credit, they're not going to take care of yours. And so we have to put a stop. We have to put at least a barrier and just educate them on how we can help them. And the reason why I relate to a lot of people is that in those 3 to 4 or 5 years that I had bad credit, when I was 23, I went to go get my house. And I thought that having my house was going to be the next big thing for me. And unfortunately, at that time I had a 485 credit score. I went to the banker, I tried to get approved. They told me, hey, everything's good, you have the 2 years of history, the down payment, the 2 months of check stubs that we need, but you have a 485. You can't get approved with that score. I need you to go up to a 580 bare minimum. And I ended up going to a place that repaired my credit. This was about 12, 13 years ago. I had about $9,000 in debt, Robert, from those credit cards that I had, gotten out from my mom and that were never paid. So those were the collections that were affecting me. And that's why my scores were low. So I ended up paying $1,500 to repair my credit. And that's standard in the industry, from $1,000 to $2,000, depending on what you have, right? Everybody has different debts or, negative accounts on their credit. And they told me from 3 to 6 months I would see a change. Well, it happened a little bit sooner in my case. It happened within 2 months, about 60 days. I was able to see my scores, because those accounts got deleted, go from a 485 to a 735. And at that time, the lady that was helping me, she recommended me to get credit cards that were actually the good cards, that were, because at my score being a 735, she said, you can get the ones that have high limits, and we can get you the ones that have rewards, cash back, and points, because the other ones were retail cards, so I couldn't use them everywhere I went, right, to go put gas or pay, for food or anything like that. And to my surprise, with the 735, when she applied me in 5 minutes and got me 3 cards, the Amex, our Capital Ones and Discover and, all those Visas and MasterCards, she got me about $18,000, okay? And I was working and making about $35,000, $36,000 a year. So a little light bulb went in my head. This was 0%, for $18,000, guys. That's 0% on $18,000 for the whole year. I was like, that's half of my year's salary, and this person just acquired me that much in just a couple applications, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's when that little light bulb went in my head, and I decided to look more into it and say, how can I have more access to credit so that I can leverage it, right? Put it to work. And that's the things that we want to educate people here in the Valley. Robert, you and I, with these seminars, these courses that we're going to be having, that we're going to be doing, it's, not to make the same mistakes that, many people are making. And by
Yes.
that, I also mean, don't use credit to go buy things that are not going to produce money, that you're not going to make money out of that. And
which is we call bad debt.
Bad debt, correct. We're consumers, Robert. So what do we tend to do? If we get a $5,000 credit card, we tend to go buy a TV. We get to go buy clothes. We tend to buy shoes, furniture. But in reality, you're the one responsible to pay that debt back. And so if you don't have that extra money to come and pay it off at the end of the month, per se, then now you're going to be in that cycle, in that rat race that everybody gets, unfortunately, into, because they're only making $2,000 a month, and now they just added another payment that sometimes they can't afford.
Yes.
And so what we try and teach is we educate you how to leverage. You need to use that money into something that you're going to put it to work, but it's going to give you something in return to pay back that credit card and make you some kind of profit.
That is why we say credit is king. We want you to come into the seminars. We want you to learn how to leverage credit. Credit can give you thousands of dollars. Credit can work for you, but you have to understand how it works. So we're inviting you to call us on this number, the one below the screen here, 956-309-2871. Send us a message on WhatsApp. We will send you the information. We'll get together with you if it's a personal appointment, or if it's something like you say, you know what, I want to go to those seminars and learn how to leverage my credit. Now, we have 4 different levels of credit, okay? So most of the people are on level 1 credit, which is you have 580 credit score or less. Now, if you have Credit Karma and you see 700, please, number one thing, Credit Karma is free. Number 2 is like 99.9999% of the companies do not use Credit Karma to check the score. So you have to learn that there are different models of score. So that's why we have different levels of credit, different levels. The 4th level is the ultimate level of credit. If you're interested on making thousands of dollars with your credit, if you're interested on restoring your credit, we are now very passionate about helping people restore, have a second chance at having better credit. You can call us on that number. We are going to start helping you by helping you restoring your credit, which is 3 things. Number 1 is dispute negative items on your credit report. Number 2 is actually help you build credit, level 1, level 2, and so on and so on. And number 3 is we're going to invite you to seminars, several seminars that will talk to you about the importance on how to manage your credit. So that is very important. Thank you, Cesar. But let's talk also. Let's talk also about the people that have a business. Yes. People that have a business is also very important for you to learn, not only about personal credit, to have better credit for yourself, but also to have business credit. Business credit is 20 times more powerful than your personal credit. And what we're going to do today, we're also going to give you an invitation for you to come into a seminar to talk to you about how you can improve, how can you expand your business credit. Now, personal credit, like Cesar was saying, is from 300, 350 to 850. It's a different score model for personal credit. For business credit, is from 0 to 100. It's very different credit scores. Correct. What we want you to learn more about that. So let me tell you about the program that we have. Is have access to about $260,000 if you have a business. Now, many people have a little business, a home-based business. It's okay, no problem. You have a little business there. Middle business, when you just started, you're in an office, you have a place where you're starting your business and all that. Or maybe you are already a seasoned business, like for example, an electrical company, a plumber, plumbing company, a construction company, a restaurante, a restaurant, a taqueria, things like that. And you need help structuring your business. So let us talk to you a little bit about the importance of structuring your business so you can have business credit, so you can have access to cash and credit cards. Let's talk about the importance of not staying as a sole proprietor or as a DBA, but getting to the LLC and why it's important.
Sure, Robert. I mean, a lot of the people that we've been mentoring and consulting with, they're starting off. So it's not wrong, right, to start out with a DBA. It's just we don't recommend staying there, right? Just because of the doors that can be opened once you have a correct structure, right? You're not just depending on your own, information. Now you can actually go through the whole process and be able to register, your company correctly with your Duns and Bradstreet, with doing an actual website, doing a business address, business email, everything that's in the compliance for the underwriters whenever you're going to go and look for funds. Unfortunately, whenever you do it under yourself, you're very limited to what you can and can't do. And so that's why we recommend structuring the company correctly and making sure that we're moving forward, right? And being able to have access to this capital so that you can expand the business. And of course, there's going to be people that don't want to go and borrow and they don't want to grow. But if you're looking to really do the right thing and do it correctly, then this is the information that you're going to need and you're going to require so that you're able to get approved and not get denied, which we do have a lot of people that unfortunately they just don't know where to start. And it's all goes back to education. It's information that you guys need to be able to do it correctly and not make the same mistakes. Just like I shared earlier with my personal, there was a lot of mistakes that I did at the beginning when I started with my companies. Mm-hmm. And those are the things that I like to explain and share so that they don't happen to everybody else that's yes. coming into this space.
Oh, we are a local group in McAllen, Texas. We are EBC group, and we're here to help you if you have a business, a small home-based business, or a business that you already started, a plumbing company, electrical company,
any company,
any company that you have, a restaurant, all that. Let us help you structure your business, and it's very important. If you want access to expand of your business, you want more access to lines of credit, you want more access to funding, capital for your business, you have to prepare for that. So what you need to do is call us with the number that is on the screen, send us a WhatsApp message. We're going to do a specific appointment for you, so we're going to explain to you how this can work for you. Another important thing, just so you know, if you call us, we're going to give you also information about if you have employees. If you happen to have employees, we have a great program for you, free money. You just have to call us, okay? So we can talk to you. If you have employees, you're making payments on W-2s, then call us, because we have tons of thousands of dollars for you, free money from the government. So we're going to explain that program to you. Now, every business, what we have seen so far is they handle their taxes a little bit wrong. But the mentality, I know the mentality is you want to go and pay the least amount of taxes. So talk to us, Cesar, about an example of what people, how they can expand their business, because right now they're, hey, I want to have the LLC, I want to have business credit, but we also have to talk a little bit about the importance of how they pay taxes.
It's very important, Robert, like you said, and this is just, I guess, information that you guys can take with you today, just so that you guys understand that doing the taxes is very, very crucial and very important if you want that expansion. And I know a lot of people, usually they are afraid and they don't want to pay, the taxes because, of course, it's something that they want to keep for the business and make sure that they have extra money. But if you understand how it works, the banks usually will always look at how much profit, your business has made in order for them to be able to give you, those $50,000 lines of credit or loans or $100,000, whatever amount you're looking for. And so unfortunately, when you go and you put that the business had losses, because that's what they're recommending for you, and that way you don't have to pay on that, or you don't have to pay money, right? Then that closes the doors a lot. And that's when it comes to the education behind it. And it's not wrong. I mean, you have to make sure you do it correctly. But I want people to understand, right, that you can have access to that money, and money that you receive as a credit card, Robert, as a line of credit, or as a loan, that's non-taxable, okay, because that is not earned income. So you can use that money to go and pay off other debts. You can use that money to grow in expansion. You can use that money to buy equipment, whatever you're in, whatever industry, and whatever you need for your business to actually grow. And that's the difference. A lot of people think that because they go and borrow $50,000, $100,000 that they're going to have to pay more taxes with that money, but it doesn't work that way. And so again, our recommendation is to actually sit down, get a consultation with us, making sure that you guys understand from A to Z what it is. It's just the structure of it, and making sure that at the end, when it's time to pay Uncle Sam what Uncle Sam, is asking, then you do it correctly as well, and don't make the mistakes that many have been making, because there's, again, a lot of doors, closed doors, and you can have access to capital.
Definitely. If you want to open that expansion of your business, if you will say, you know what, Robert, I'm looking for loans, I'm looking for lines of credit, I'm looking to expand my business, this is the time, I'm ready for it, give us a call. Give us a message on WhatsApp, and we will contact you, and we'll give you, we're going to get together in our offices here in McAllen, and we're going to give you the information that is needed for you to start in that process, okay? So we are going to have some seminars as well. We're going to do Zoom. We're going to do presence in our offices. We have conference rooms that we can help you come in, sit down with us, and just be part of the family that helping you structure your business and helping you grow your business. And so what we want to do for you is call us, and we're going to give you that free money information from the government. If you have employees that you're paying W-2s, also we have that for you. So thank you again, Cesar, for giving us that information, for being here. My name is Roberto Saldivar, and we're here waiting for you at the EVC in McAllen, Texas. EVC office.
That is correct.
Office Group. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.